Hello and welcome to the next instalment, building a website from scratch, where we use Winter CMS to build out a website for a fictional construction company. In this episode we're just going to focus on tidying up the typography a bit. This is what we've got now at the moment. Not looking too bad, but it's not quite where we were with the original design. So let's have a look at the original design and see what we've got. So I've moved over here to the preview that I did on Adobe XD, and the fonts that I've used are Montserrat. So we'll just have a look at the design itself. In the XD mockup, we've got over here, we've got different characters, Montserrat of varying sizes. And if I go up here, I've actually got a listing of the different sizes that I'm using. So I might just grab a copy of that and save that in the clipboard for some future reference. Now, where those numbers have come from, I used a Modular Scale, this website here, modularscale.com. And it's quite interesting. You can sort of look and see how type works on various scales. And you can change your ratios over here. So minor seconds, to see how it looks like. Going through those various iterations of it, or this one here. There's the golden ratio. You'll notice I quite like the golden ratio. I use that a fair bit in design, but in this case it expands far too quickly. For typography, the one I tend to use is 125. So 125, yeah, that one there. And you'll notice these numbers here: 1M, 125, 1563. Etc, etc, etc. That's where I got those other numbers from. Yeah, Chris Bracho's done quite a nice little job here. And if we go into the index file, and I'm just going to grab everything from here. Right. Actually, I'll just take everything within the body. Down. This will give us a good test page to sort of work out what it is that we're going to be changing. Copy all that and back into our back end here. Click on the code view and paste that into there. Go back to the code, go back to normal. There we go, there's our page. Save that. Head back to our site and here we go. So this gives us a good look at what our typography and stuff is going to look like. Not too bad at the moment, but we can do a little bit better. Okay, so let's move into our code window. We want to bring in the font that we're after. That's in our layouts, actually default, and I've set up a partial here for site head, and full width should have the same. Good, so just changing one file will change both of them. So into our partials, into our head, and in here we need to add our fonts, and easiest way to get them is from Google. So we'll just head over to Google Fonts, and then we've got Montserrat here, which is the one. So I'm going to select the 400 we'll select the italic version of it and the bold. We'll just do it as a link. You can also download these and compile them in as well. Might do that for another video, not this one. So now we have those. We can head back to our code window and paste that in there. There we go, just correct it. Put in the correct one. So what we've got here, pre-connect, telling the browser to pre-connect to the Google Fonts API and also to the gstatic here, and then it loads these particular fonts in and has display swap. So Montserrat is now ready to roll. I'll just copy that, and we now need to set up our variables. In our resources folder, under SAS, under abstracts, we have variables, and let's just get rid of Open Sans and replace that with Montserrat Sans, no such thing. And we've got gulp running in the background, so that should have applied those changes. So back to the browser and to our website. Just scroll up here and see if that's changed. There we go, got it with a clearing of the browser cache. So here we go, we've done these so far. Now let's look at our font sizes and things. They don't match what we've got in our original design. So if we head back to our code editor and in our typography part here, we've just got that at the moment. It's fairly blank. I'm just going to make a couple of minor changes to this one. So we'll just comment that line out at the moment, and font size, I'm just going to make that 1 EM. Font weight, make that 400, and so that's normal the size, and then the line height. Line height, we'll do a bit of a golden ratio here, 1618, and our font family, we'll use our text stack for that. And save that. Probably not a huge amount of change here. I'll just refresh that. Yes, made it a little bit smaller and increase the line height. So we need to start playing around with a few more of these other things. Okay, there's a nice little library called Sakura, which does quite a good job with fonts and things. Basically, it's a classless CSS library. we'll just head over to its GitHub page. I'll put links to all these at the bottom. We have here stuff here, so I'm just going to go into the SCSS part of it and into the main part, and what I'm after these things here. I'm just going to grab them and go back to our code window, and I'm just going to paste these in here, but we're going to change some of these around a bit. Now the thing that's really clever about Sakura is the way they've done these media queries, and one of the issues I find is you set a font size for a screen, for a desktop, or a laptop, or a tablet, and on a mobile it takes up far too much space, so you need to have some kind of responsive font sizes. This is a really nice, simple, elegant way of doing it, where you've got media queries, 382 max width, it's 0.75 times the base font size. Above that, it's 0.85 times the above the base size. So you can set them. There are libraries that do this. Like there's a SAS library called Modular Scale. Does a pretty good job. It's hugely comprehensive, but doesn't do it in in half a dozen lines of code. That's what I really like about this. Nice and small. It's awesome. We've got our headings here, all sort of preset, and then preset the sizes. We're just going to adapt this to our particular needs, and so first thing I'm going to need to do is this base font size. I need to create a variable for that, because the moment I save this, it's Gulp's going to object. So in our variables, our font, we'll stick it in here with our font sizes. So we've got base font size, and I'll just make it whatever the browser default happens to be. Simple. Back to here, so we've got that one sorted. Now I'm going to make this 0.85 for the smaller screen, and font size we'll just leave that as is. Next thing I'm going to do is change this to make it in line with that. If you look in our variables, we've already got some sizes here in our breakpoints variable, so why not keep everything consistent and put that in there. And we can do that with the map get function, and it's going to be breakpoints, and this one's the small size, and same up here, except that's going to be our medium. Alright, so that's that sorted. Font family heading, that's a variable we're going to need to set. So go back to our variables and just put that in there, font family heading, and that's just going to be the same as our normal sort of text stack, so we'll just whack that in there. And what else do we need to change with this? Now we've got that. This little mix-in's quite nice. I'll keep that. And line heights, they've been reduced with the margin bottom. Yep, hang on to that. Replace these values. You may remember the modular scale values that we did before. I've just grabbed those and we'll use them. So 1, 1, 2, 5, 5, 6, 3. That's 9, 5, 3. 4, 1 and 3052. Get rid of that. Let's tidy our formatting up a bit. Right, save that. Got stopped objecting because we've got all our variables sorted. How about, how's it going to look? I'll go over here, back to our website, refresh, and yeah, we're getting there. Now these weren't bold in the original layout, so let's just go back to our transition to and font weight 400 and yep, that's starting to look a bit more like it, and yeah, that's not too bad. We also need to transform these to uppercase. Heading into our components, I think it's a Nav Menu, and yeah, Nav Menu, yep. Text transform uppercase. Here we go. Let's go back to our home page. Yeah, this is much more like it was. Text isn't quite as heavy looking as it was before, and seems to have done the job. Let's just do a check on a smaller screen. We'll shrink that down. Yeah, there's a bit of a problem with the menu there. Let's just fix that. We can fix that by going to our Nav Menu, and we'll make this breakpoint a bit wider. Actually, we'll just copy from this one here. Try the medium. Well, I've got a feeling that's probably going to be a bit small as well. But, and another thing we probably need to look at is just the spacing between them. Make it 1 rem. Let's see how that goes. it's still, yeah, we need to do the bigger breakpoint. So back to here and change that to large. And let's test that out. That's not right. I found the issue in here. Haven't completed brackets in there. It gets rid of that red thing there, and I think Gulp's happy again. And let's see if our browser's happy again. Yeah, that's better. So just to reiterate what I did, I went to change the mid-width to the large breakpoint and fixed up this little error here by putting this on here. Well, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and like, subscribe, leave a comment if you so desire, and we'll see you in the next one.